Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zack, and today I am driving the 2025 Subaru Forester Sport. Up front is a 2.5 liter flat 4, and down below is a CVT. Now, I am super excited to be driving the Subaru Forester because 2025 is an all-new generation for the Subaru Forester. There are some really cool, unique, brand new accents on this particular Forester, like the bronze wheels, bronze cladding, and bronze interior accents for the Sport model, where previously the Sport's got orange accents that I was never a fan of. It also looks different. We have some different features to talk about, and I'll share all of that with you throughout the rest of the video. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. Also, huge thank you to Napleton Subaru in Schaumburg for letting me take out their brand new Subaru Forester. You'll hear more about them at the end of the video, but if you would like to browse their inventory, you can do so in the description below. But let's get back to that 2.5 liter flat 4 under the hood. Well, it's a boxer engine from Subaru, which all Subaru products, if they have internal combustion, use flat boxer engines. Now, it is a naturally aspirated flat 4, and it is carried over from the outgoing Forester, so it's nothing really new under the hood besides the fact that they don't actually give you an engine cover anymore, which I personally like. I don't like the big plasticky covers, but if you like them, you no longer get them here on the Forester. Another thing we don't get is a turbo. As of right now, Subaru has no turbo option for this generation of Forester, where they did in the outgoing generation of Forester, and as of right now, looking to the horizon, they don't have any plans to change that. A hybrid is more likely, however, again, nothing is solidified. Like I said, paired to it is a CVT. Again, any Subaru product that is internal combustion and not a manual transmission does use a CVT, and it's fine for around town use. I don't really mind it all that much. However, definitely keep up on your CVT filter changes. There's going to be a little bit added maintenance in that over a traditional automatic, but I don't think that they're as bad as they used to be. Last but not least, this does have Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system, which we love to see here from Subaru. How does it feel to drive the new Subaru Forester? Well, it drives pretty big. It has a decently large footprint, and when you're driving it, you most certainly feel that. However, I will say that visibility out the front is really good, especially for a modern car. The A-pillars aren't too wide, which is great to see. But it does have a more truck feeling to its suspension and ride than a more standard luxury SUV. Does it feel like jackhammers driving over small potholes? No. But if you are looking for that pristine ride quality for your bad back, you might want to look elsewhere besides the Forester. However, on the contrary, that does help with the off-road prowess of this vehicle, which Foresters have always done well with. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have two physical gauges and a screen. Off to the left is my tachometer and coolant temperature, and off to the right is my speedometer and fuel. The digital screen in the center does give me some really helpful information, and it is very easy to read at a glance, which I always look for when it comes to screens in front of you. On the steering wheel, on the left, we have our skip track, source, information, phone options, voice commands, and volume. And off to the right, we have our adaptive cruise control options. This does have Subaru's EyeSight system, as well as our drive modes. Off to the left, we do have a climate control vent and our gauge dimmer switch. However, the Sport is like a slightly up from base trim, and so we are missing a couple options here, like a power lift gate, which we'll talk about later on. But moving on to the door, we have our latch get in and out, power mirrors, power locks, and power windows. Moving into the center, we do get our infotainment screen. Now, I love and hate this. I think it's laid out really well. I think it's easy to read, especially when the sun hits it. However, I don't like the fact that the fan speed and heated seats are run exclusively through the screen. Reason for that is I got in the car today, it was very hot, and it was blowing hot air at me, and so I wanted to turn the fans down, but the screen was still loading, and so I just had to sit there getting roasted for a couple of minutes. Now, it's okay, but it was a little bit annoying and one of the downsides of having a screen run everything. I do get physical buttons for the volume and tune, as well as the hazard switch and dual zone climate. However, everything else is through the screen. Of course, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And here's what the backup camera looks like, in case you're curious. Down below, we do have USB-A, USB-C, and an aux input, so any phone put out in the last 2 decades will be able to plug into this vehicle. We also get a wireless charger down below, and we move on to the shifter. We get nice brown accents stitched into the shifter boot, which I really like. Again, Subaru's going away from using orange accents in the Sport to now brown or bronze, and I really like that move. And down below that, we have the power parking brake, 12-volt outlet, and cup holders. So we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the Subaru Forester from 2025. And we already tested this at the Chicago Auto Show, and so if you saw that short, you would already know that this fails. Then we do have a center console with nothing in it, and the seats are StarTex. It's not technically leather, it's a sort of synthetic leather from Subaru, and I like the feeling of them. They actually are a lot more comfortable for larger people like myself than the outgoing model. The outgoing Sport had a little bit more curvature to it, a little bit squeezed you a little bit more. Not the case here in this Sport, and so if you are a larger gentleman, lady, they or them, you will fit in here a lot better than the outgoing models. However, speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. Alright, so we're in the back of the 2025 Subaru Forester Sport, and this is my first time ever being back here, and a couple of things to note. First of all, knee room good, headroom is good as well, very on par with the Mazda CX-5, the Honda CR-V, the Toyota RAV4, so definitely nice space back here, and you're going to be able to fit adults back here very, very easily, where smaller vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, might be a little bit more of a struggle. I do get a USB-A and USB-C outlet back here. We have little block-off plates for where heated seats would be, because we don't get that in the Sport. Center console with 2 cup holders, and the seats themselves are just a little hard. They're a little bit hard, not very forgiving. However, this is just off the boat from Japan, and so maybe after a while they would break in and get comfier, but Subaru has also never really been known for like really comfortable back seats, and so kind of par for the course for the Subaru brand, but I was hoping maybe for the next generation they would fix that, but it appears that they haven't. Let's hop into the very back, because we have some interesting things with the trunk and cargo space, and then we'll talk about the looks. Okay, so let's talk about the trunk. Well, you can get a power liftgate on the Sport trim level if you add the package that includes that. This particular one doesn't have it. That would also come with a kick to open option where you'd kick your foot under here and it would power lift up. However, talking to the Subaru dealer and talking to Subaru reps, if you get a trailer hitch, if you want to tow with your Forester, which a lot of people do for campers or bike racks or things like that, you cannot get the kick tailgate with the trailer hitch, because the trailer hitch goes where that would be. And so, if you plan on towing and trailering and whatnot, do not get the kick to open tailgate, because if you add on your own hitch at some point, it might mess up the system. So, just a word to the wise for someone looking to buy a Forester. So, come up here like normal, just a button to open it. And here we have our floor mats for the first owner. We don't want to get those dirty, as well as a giant all-weather floor mat that says Forester. Bunch of block-off stuff over here, but we do have a 12-volt outlet, great for inflating tires or air mattresses or inflatable canoes, whatever you might think. However, we do have some interesting things down below. So first of all, you do actually get a spare tire. A lot of cars do away with giving you a spare tire. The Forester comes with it, and I've never seen this before in a car, but Subaru actually gives you a bag to put your blown out tire in so it doesn't dirty up your interior. I've never seen this. I'm sure I've reviewed cars with it, maybe, but this is very, very cool. You also get a battery tray. Why would they give you a battery tray? Well, from Japan, off the boat, these new Foresters come with a Japan spec battery, which once it dies, Subaru will swap it out with a US spec battery, which is a slightly different size, and so they leave the battery tray back here, so when they swap it out, they'll use it there. So kind of interesting little factoid for you for the Subaru Forester, but overall, there it is. That's the rear cargo space, and we do get a nice cargo cover, if that's something that you want, but that's all the space you get in the Forester. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and this is all new for the 2025 model year, and I think it looks relatively handsome. It definitely looks updated, and it's still very identifiable as a Forester. You look at this car and you go, yeah, that's a Forester. However, I think they've done a good job with it. I do like the bronze accents. However, I understand that they are not for everyone. So pick your poison, of course. And this is a new paint color for 2025, River Rock, which is a nearly $400 option, but it's brand new. So if you want that new paint color, here it is. I think it's decent, but I don't think it's any showstopper either. With all of this being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving the all-new Subaru Forester? I've been anticipating this since I first sat in one back in February. Well, I really enjoy it. I think coming off of the last generation of Forester, I think they did a lot of things right with this. It feels similar, however, it feels new. It feels a little bit fresher here and there. I wouldn't say it feels completely fresh. The gauge cluster, pretty much identical to the outgoing one. But I like the new dash accent. I like the new color options. I like the bronze. You know, it's an inch rather than a mile different, if that makes sense. But I've always liked the Forester. This does drive a little bit more bulky than the outgoing Forester. But to Subaru people, I don't think they really care about the drivability all that much. You want the capability. And so here it is. This is the refreshed Subaru Forester, and like you saw at the beginning of this video, this is priced right at about $37,000, which in today's vehicle market, with the average new vehicle transaction being $49,000, this actually comes in at somewhat of a bargain, as much as it's hard to feel that $37,000 is a bargain, but hey, what can you do? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Napleton Subaru in Schaumburg for letting me take out their Subaru Forester 2025. If you guys want to see other trim levels of this vehicle, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to show them to you. Napleton Subaru in Schaumburg has been absolutely wonderful to work with these last couple of years. Very helpful staff, very friendly staff, and if you're looking for a new Subaru, you have to go to Napleton Subaru in Schaumburg. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, subscribe if you really liked it. But now I have a little bonus video for you. The Subaru dealer, Napleton Subaru in Schaumburg, has allowed me to peel off the plastic of this new 2025 Subaru Forester. So enjoy a little bit of ASMR, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.